You're with Linda Wang from Plainview, New York, on Tuesday of the WAPT's Kathy Whitworth Championship. Linda, just tell me about being at Trophy Country Club, and your thoughts going into the week. It's the tournament against tomorrow.
Um, uh, since I played this event last year
Yeah.
and I really like the course, it's a gettable course.
Hmm.
So we're gonna see like some low scores out here.
Yeah.
But right now I'm just focusing on short game and putting because that's like the key uh, to this week
Yeah.
and doing well. Yeah, like my ball striking's been pretty good, so I'm excited.
Nice. So you played on the WAPT tour for the past 2 seasons. Tell me about your past 2 seasons on the WAPT tour, and just tell me how did you get started playing on this tour?
So right off the bat, graduating from St. John's,
Yeah.
I turned pro and I got my Epson status last year. So I mostly played Epson tournaments last year.
Mhm.
I attended 2 events on the WBT. It was very well run and I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of the girls. They were very nice.
Yeah.
And this season's my first full season on the WAPT tour, and I've been liking it a lot. It's turning pro and college golf is like very different,
Mhm.
and I would say as a pro you gotta really understand your body a little bit more.
Mhm.
But this year's been good. I've been taking it like steady.
So you played in the Connecticut Women's Open this year. Tell me about playing that tournament. And where did you finish? I think you were top five.
Yes, I think I finished sixth,
Oh,
but I
six.
was
Okay.
like leading
Yeah.
all the way till the
Okay.
second round on the back nine. I struggled,
Yeah, I asked that because
and
I was there watching because the course is only 2 miles
yeah.
from where my parents live, so I was there.
Oh, okay, nice.
So
So
it's kind of
I
yeah.
played in the Connecticut Women's Open when I was younger as an amateur,
Okay.
and it was a lot of fun, and it just never aligned. So with my schedule after I turned pro, and sometimes like even during my college years,
Hmm.
and I was happy to see that it was available for me to play. So I did that this year,
Yeah, it
and
was
I
right
played.
after Memorial Day.
Yes, and it was on a
Hmm.
very nice course. I really enjoyed it. Had a lot of momentum going into the 2 rounds, and then the back nine, I just had like three uh, sunny side ups, and then I just
Sunny side ups. What's that?
oh, that's like a buried ball in the sand.
Oh, okay.
So I call that sunny side up,
Oh,
and then it
some
was
people
just
call them
tough.
fried
Yeah,
eggs. Some people
right,
call it
Friday.
I forget what the other term is, but anyway, yeah.
Right, and then
Cool.
I just like didn't like. I think the it kind of
Oh, buried lie. That's what I was
yeah, it
thinking of.
just like cut off the momentum, and
Yeah.
I had to accept it. You know, it's golf, right? Like
Yeah.
sometimes you get these lies and tough situations, and it's very hard to like bounce back. But I was very happy to be in position of like winning the tournament. So
Yeah.
just going off of that, and it gave me more confidence.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it's life and it's golf.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Susie, who won that tournament recently. That was cool for her. She got her first pro victory, and then it was also cool. In that tournament, we had a pretty good field. Some WFT players. I think
And Epson,
Chelsea,
yeah. Hmm.
Chelsea played. I think it's D'Antonio. Yourself played. Susie.
Yeah.
I think she was saying Kyle also plays. Some, on the WFT tour, so pretty good field there. So you grew up on Long Island. Tell me about growing up on Long Island and how you got started playing golf. Like what age you began playing.
So I grew up playing golf in Queens. Actually,
Okay.
I went to Bayside High School, and I did most of my golf at Bethpage.
Okay.
So in the weekends, I would like
Yeah, that's gonna
drive
be my
there.
next question.
Right,
'Cause
right. And
I
I
did my
grew.
research. You're right
Oh,
by Bethpage.
right, right. So I grew up playing Bethpage on the weekends,
Yeah.
and I lived in Fresh Meadows for some time too. So Casino Golf Course was kind of where I would
Casino.
go
Okay.
after school, and it just like it's hard to be a professional golfer coming from New York, and
Hmm.
especially living in New York City, because it's so limited
Yeah.
to where you can play. But most of the time, I like just spent a lot of the my hours in practicing at Alley Pond, which is a golf range.
Okay.
So hitting off of mats, and then my summers and winter time, I would be playing tournaments.
Okay.
And I didn't start like golf super early. I started like almost 14, so eighth grade.
14. Okay.
So prior to that, I did dance, but golf really took off for me after I improved like within a year and started playing tournaments and really like just loved the competitive aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I it was a lot of inspiration from Annie Park,
Oh yeah, she grew
and
up.
also Kelly Shawn that was in the area at the time,
Mhm.
and they both went to very good universities, and then
Yeah, like
later on,
USC.
yes, and then went
Yeah.
to the LPGA tour, and
Yeah.
just getting that inspiration from someone uh, in the area made me feel like I could do this too. So
Yeah.
then I did well in college, and then decided like, why not give pro golf a shot? And
Okay.
yeah, here I am.
So growing up in New York, you have to deal with the winter weather. You're not in like the South, Florida,
Right.
Arizona, or anything like that. Growing up in New York in the winter, what would you do anything golf wise? Like, would you go hit inside, or would you take time off from golf in the winter?
So in the winter, I would go to Florida when I
Okay.
was in college. But after turning pro, I've been going to Taiwan, and
Are you from Taiwan, or do you have family there?
my godparents are from Taiwan,
Okay.
so my
Cool.
goddad, and then I would stay with grandparents there, and then I would train and practice there, and it's just like a really fun off season for me, and I just mainly focus on weight training and getting my endurance well and
Mhm.
getting prepped for the next season.
Nice. So you mentioned you played Bethpage a lot growing up. That's going to host the Ryder Cup next year.
Yes, I'm
So,
excited.
yeah, so just tell me, about growing up playing Bethpage, and will you try to go to the Ryder Cup next year?
Oh yeah, definitely. If it aligns with my schedule,
Yeah.
I will definitely be there, especially
Okay.
with Keegan being the captain, and
Yeah.
I'm from
Oh yeah, he went to St. John's
yes,
also.
yes, and I'm a
Pretty
St.
cool.
John's so
Yeah.
I am so stoked.
Hmm.
I know that course like the back of my hand, and
The
I
black course. Did you play the other courses growing up?
yes, I played
Red,
every
green,
single course
blue.
there.
Okay.
It's just such a great track to have, especially when you're from New York.
Yeah, you have
And
four
then
courses:
right, right,
blue, green, red,
and they're
black.
in like amazing condition, and it's just such a affordable and nice course to
The only
play.
issue I have with that course is I wish the range you could because you can't hit driver on that range.
Yes, you can. So
That's my
I
only issue. Well, I mean, you can, but you have to hit very soft.
yes,
But basically, no, that's my only complaint. But very good
yeah,
course, and yeah,
and
I'll probably,
the black course is just so challenging. Like I love that course. It's my favorite course.
I walked it when it was over 100-degree heat index, and I
Oh
barely
my
made it for
gosh.
18 holes. I remember me and my play partners. It was last year, right after Labor Day,
Yeah,
and I saw
yeah,
that the tee sheet was wide open. Because usually you have trouble getting tee times,
yeah.
and I know why, because it was like 102 degrees.
It's insane. Like the
Uh,
warning sign is for real.
yeah, even for you as a professional golfer,
Yes.
you're scared of that course.
Oh yeah. That course is very, very tough.
Yeah. So you went to St. John's for college. What drew you to St. John's? It's obviously you're from New York. St. John's is an obvious college for you to go to.
I just
But what drew you to it, and how was your time at St. John's?
right. Like I just growing up in New York City, like St. John's always been a very well known school in the area, big on basketball. I
Like,
love college basketball.
did you go to basketball? I know they play at Madison Square Garden
Right.
every
Yeah,
day.
I did, and the games were like so fun,
Yeah.
and just being like in the area. I've always loved my city. I love New York City. I love
Yeah.
being from Queens,
Yeah.
and the people, and I just wanted to stay close to family.
Hmm.
Also, my goddad's my swing coach, so it was just
Okay.
nice to have him around,
Hmm.
and that like helped me excel in academically and like the with golf, and I was just very comfortable being in the area.
Nice. So tell me about your journey through, after college, turning pro. Like, how did you become a pro? Like, did you go to Q school, or how did you become a pro?
I did go to Q school as an amateur. Like my senior year of St. John's, I
Hmm.
tried Q school, and then the pandemic hit. So
Okay.
that I did my master's after, but I wasn't able to do Q school because it was canceled that year.
Yeah.
And then the following year, I made it through Q school, the
Yeah.
first stage, and then I got my Epson status. So I did that last year, and it was just like a learning experience. I've never played so much golf, and I've never traveled that much
Yeah.
For golf, and it really opened my eyes and just taught me how much it takes to like be a pro.
Mm.
And I'm still learning, and I've along the way I've made a really good friends, and
Mm.
I'm really loving it.
Nice. Two more questions. You played on the Epson Tour last season. How was your experience? Like what did you learn from playing on the Epson Tour last season?
I think Epson Tour was a big uh, step for me
Yeah,
into pro golf.
yeah,
Like,
probably learned a lot.
yes, I learned a lot, and doing it myself, like because my parents are very busy with work, I had to basically planned out everything, and it's very different from college when you have your coach and teammates with you, and also being from New York, like there's not a lot of other pros around me, so I can travel with. So I think it was just the travel and getting to know the lifestyle was kind of hard because I didn't go away for college. But it was really just amazing to go to these different areas and seeing different courses, and all the girls are like really good and
Yeah,
just pure, and all of them could easily like play on the LPGA,
yeah,
and it was an amazing experience and a learning curve for me.
yeah. Even last week we had like Annie Parr, Mariah Stackles. We had former LPGA players,
Yeah,
players who played on Solheim Cup. So even last week for an Epson Tour we had a great field. So even the
yeah.
Epson Tour has
The Epson Tour
has a
does
lot of
not
great
get
players.
enough credit for like how
Yeah,
much talent
yeah.
is on
How strong the
that
fields are.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So finally, asking this question to everyone. You're a pro. What goals do you have, going forward with your golf career? Like, do you like to set goals, or you just like to, try to play good golf and have that, good golf take care of itself?
I think in the past I'm a overthinker, and
Okay.
I also tend to think about the future a lot. And I learned through the process and the journey that you have to take it one day at a time. And sometimes, like mentally, physically, you need to know yourself well and just take it one shot at a time instead of
Yeah.
like getting in your own head, because
Mhm.
we're here for a long time,
Yeah.
not for like a short sprint.
Okay.
So, my yeah, like just the journey has been just taking it, being patient,